Hello and welcome to the Peregrination podcast. My name is Jason.
And I'm Raj. And today you guys are listening to episode number 7.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas to all and happy holidays!
Happy New Year!
That's right, and the New Year is also coming. So this week we want to talk about Christmas.
Yes, Christmas abroad.
How is it? How did you find the atmosphere here in Chiang Mai?
I thought it was pretty good, considering we are in Thailand and it's hot as heck. It was pretty good. I mean, they had Christmas carols in the mall. They had Christmas decorations outside there too. Thai people were wearing Santa hats. A lot of foreigners spot little Santa hats and were walking around. I did that too.
So did I.
Yeah, so it was good. We had a Christmas party, and people were definitely feeling the Christmas spirit, I think. So it was good.
I would definitely say that the atmosphere was very festive, very Christmassy here. Lots of people were celebrating Christmas, and what I really liked was how the Thai people got involved. I mean, when I compare it to Korean people, when we were in Korea, I mean, they would get involved in Christmas a little bit by wearing some Christmas hats and maybe putting up some Christmas decorations. But it felt a little bit different here. It felt like, Christmas, but in the sun. I mean, I was being very ignorant. Every time someone said it's cold, I was like, oh yeah, it's winter elsewhere in the world. Like, I totally forgot that it was, winter because it's so hot here in Chiang Mai.
Yes, it is. But that stuff in Korea, I feel it was like more for kids or something, kind of like Halloween. Like you buy stuff for your kids to wear, a Santa hat or something, and then like, I don't know. Even though Korean's really Christian, very very Christian, like maybe they just see it more as a religious holiday. I don't know, but yeah, here it seems like more of a fun thing.
That's right. Yeah, I think I agree with you that from what I have seen in Korea, from my experiences talking to many Christians, Christmas seems to be a very religious holiday as opposed to like the way we celebrate Christmas back home in Canada.
Right. Well, yeah, it's definitely a lot more commercial back home. And there's a whole bunch of stuff happening around it. Advertisements and, Coke has like Santa Claus all over their stuff. And that definitely doesn't happen as much in Korea. But it's probably going to start. I feel like it was definitely more than when we first went there because right now, how many Christmases abroad have we had?
Too many to count. I don't know. We've been living in Asia for about 7 or 8 years now.
Right, and only one of those was one when we were back home for Christmas.
Yeah, right? So I'm going to say it's almost been 10 years. We've had 10 Christmases away.
Wow.
So we're really used to it. But this was our first tropical. Can I say tropical?
Yes, you can say tropical.
Summer, in the sun, kind of Christmas.
Right, yeah, because we had most in Korea when we were there. We had one in Taiwan.
That's right. We had one in Egypt.
Yes.
While we were traveling around the world.
Taiwan, in the winter, it can get a little cool. I'm not going to say it doesn't get close to snowing or anything, but maybe down to 10 degrees or something. So it's it's not tropical, that's for sure.
No, it wasn't like the way it was here.
Subtropical.
Yes, subtropical.
And then Egypt was, we were lucky to find that Christmas dinner that we found there.
Yeah, there was only one spot. Remember, we looked and looked and looked forever just to go to one place to go for Christmas. Just find one restaurant, and then finally we found this Italian restaurant, I believe it was.
Yeah, but they were serving a proper Christmas dinner, so it was good. Yeah, it was nice.
What's a proper Christmas dinner to you?
Oh, like a turkey or chicken with mashed potatoes and gravy and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Growing up, we always celebrated Christmas and had Christmas dinner, and especially Christmas Eve dinner. That was the big thing in our family.
Right, but not turkey and stuff.
No, I was just going to say that's why I asked you, what is Christmas dinner to you, or Christmas Eve dinner? For us, it was a lot of Indian food. A lot of chicken or salads and stuff.
Yeah.
It was never the typical the turkey.
That's a good dinner too. Yes.
Oh, it was always delicious. I loved it. Always, looking forward to that Christmas Eve dinner, that Christmas dinner. It was just, what? It all comes down to, it doesn't matter what you eat for Christmas as long as the food is good.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And I feel like you can treat all holidays, like when you go to another country, for example, and they have some celebration, like we were here for Loi Krathong, or when we were in Laos, you just get involved and maybe you don't have that religious connection, but you can enjoy the festive spirit and get along and have fun. And I feel like people should treat Christmas more that way. Like it's a time to celebrate and like, you know, there's all these decorations. Like Christmas is kind of cool, right? You get all these lights and decorations, and you get to trade gifts and stuff. Like it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people should concentrate more on that rather than, you know, like the commercialism and, you know, stuff like that.
But don't you think that the commercialism is something that adds to the fever of Christmas?
Yeah, but maybe not in always. I mean, it's nice to see, you know, like everything is getting Christmassy, but you know, it doesn't. I guess it doesn't have to be about buying things.
Right. It's not about getting gifts. It's about giving them.
Sure. Well, it doesn't even have to be like a physical gift either. It can just, you know, it's about like sharing with your friends and family and people you care about. So
did you feel that Christmas spirit here in Chiang Mai amongst our friends here?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we got together for a potluck dinner.
That was great.
With a bunch of folks. Yeah, lots of fun. It's we had a good time. There weren't any presents or anything. We all just brought food and chit-chatted and had a few drinks and had a good time.
And the interesting thing for us, having been together for a while and celebrating Christmas together for a while, we have never really, truly gotten drunk on Christmas. It's not our thing.
Yeah,
and
I know
so
it's
it
a thing
bit
for
strange.
some families, like whatever, some tradition somewhere that like people will go and have a few drinks on Christmas, but that's not usually our thing.
No, it's not. It's more about the food and just spending time together, and usually we'll catch a movie or whatever. But yeah, the drinking was a new addition to our Christmas this year.
Yeah, so was it a good addition?
Yeah, it was good. Well, I don't have a problem. Do you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it also developed a new Boxing Day tradition.
Oh
of
gosh,
being hungover.
That's right, hungover. I don't even want to talk about it.
Hungover Boxing Day, good times.
Yeah, but the thing that I found here was that when we were wearing those Christmas hats,
yes.
It was really hot outside. So hot. But I still wore that hat, that Christmas hat, just to get into the spirit of Christmas here.
That was the biggest difference, I guess, about Christmas here for me. Obviously, I mean, there's no snow and stuff like that, but we've kind of seen that before. But here, it felt like, because Chiang Mai is like a fairly busy city, and you know, when you go out on Christmas, even in Korea, it's a little more dead than normal. Like it's a holiday, right? So people aren't out; they're usually kind of at home, and it's colder out, so you know, there's not a lot of people out and about usually. Anyway, but here, like it was just like any other day, like lots of traffic and people buzzing around, and you know, like Thai people don't care really that it's Christmas. Like they're just having, you know, maybe wearing a hat and just like, hey. They'll say Merry Christmas to tourists or something.
Yeah,
but.
They will, yeah. I found that, like, you know, for me, growing up in Canada for over 24 years, I have definitely associated Christmas with snow and cold. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I never ever thought in my life that I would be celebrating Christmas. For some weird reason, I never really thought I'd be celebrating Christmas in a very hot destination. And now when I have experienced that, now when I compare it, I feel like the Christmas spirit can be anywhere as long as you, you know, have the right kind of attitude.
Well, I feel like you and your whole family kind of embody that because, like, if people don't know, Raj and her family are Hindu, or you grew up Hindu, right? And then, you know, your father came here. I don't even know if he knew about Christmas before he got here. But like your whole family has like adopted you know, you have a tree at your house and you exchange gifts, and like you said, you had the Christmas Eve dinner. So like, how do you think your family kind of like how and why do you think your family, you know, got involved in that? Like,
I think that is a really, really good question, because as far as I can remember, we have always celebrated Christmas, and it was not a religious thing for us, obviously, like growing up as a Hindu. We weren't Christians. I really think it has to do with assimilating into the culture. Mm-hmm. And just, you know, you're surrounded by all of this Christmas spirit and everyone's buying gifts, and it's like a thing that Canadians do. So, I mean, I'm a Canadian and my parents recognize that. And so living in Canada, we adopted this tradition of Christmas, and I'm so happy we did, because I feel like this is one of the greatest, you know, festivals or holidays to celebrate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's definitely my favorite holiday.
I was going to ask you, is it your favorite holiday?
Yeah, it is, because, you know, I love all the snow and the decorations, and all my memories of Christmas are of like fun and positivity and great food, and my mom always, you know, caring about me a lot and giving me, you know, cookies and presents and trying to make Christmas super special for me and happy. So yeah, I have a lot of great Christmas memories. And I don't know. I also like it on a higher level, like the reason for the season, like the whole giving and sharing. And I feel like that festive mood that comes around, everybody's like trying to shop and think about other people, like that really resonates with me, instead of like the usual like keep your head down and only care about yourself. I feel like there's like a wider consciousness, like like everybody's kind of like in this happier mood usually. I mean, some people don't like Christmas, but I get a sense of that.
That's great. Anyway. That's great to hear. So may I ask you a question?
No.
Yes. So tell me, what do you do for a living now?
Well, I recently got a new job as an X-Wing pilot. Dun, 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 dun.
Very nice. And how did that come about?
Because you bought me a nice shirt for Christmas.
Yes.
Yes. So, like a little polo shirt. It's got a little X-Wing logo on it. I feel like a X-Wing fighter pilot would wear, like, on his day off or something.
Yeah, you were the cutest when we saw the shirt in the store, and the smile that came on your face, I was just like, there's no way I am not buying him this shirt.
Yeah, I wish they had a TIE fighter one. That would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
I would be a TIE fighter pilot.
Well, be a nice boy this coming year, and we'll see what happens on Christmas next year. Talking about next year's Christmas, where do you think we'll be?
Oh, geez. South America somewhere.
Somewhere, that's the plan, eh?
Or maybe Central America.
Maybe Central America, depending on how fast we move, right?
Yeah, but I think Christmas is a bit of a deal down there, too. A lot of, like, places are Christian, aren't they? Like Brazil, I mean, they have that whole Christ of the Redeemer statue.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. We'll see how it goes down there, but that's for another podcast, for another time. That's right.
So did you have a question of the week this week?
I did.
Okay, I'm excited. What is it?
What is your favorite Christmas food?
That's a good question. What is my favorite Christmas food? Let's see. I haven't really thought about this. I feel like I'm leaning towards... I might change my mind later, but I'm leaning towards dessert.
What kind of dessert?
Like apple pie would be really fun to eat on Christmas. I would say apple pie.
Apple pie?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
How about you?
I'd probably also say apple pie.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's funny
no
how... Previous episode, did not we say that cake was better than pie?
That's right, we did.
Back to the present. What's our favorite food for Christmas?
Well, apple pie.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. I associate it with Christmas for some weird reason.
Even though kind of like in Korea, there's a whole big tradition of getting like cake for Christmas, and we kind of went along with that and had cakes for Christmas, but we got a lot of ice cream cakes because those are the big things, and I'm not a fan of ice cream cake now.
I like ice cream cake. I really do like it, and I love the cakes. The ice cream cakes they used to make in Korea were really good.
No, I didn't like them.
No,
because they're always filled with the worst flavors. I feel like, or the most boring flavors.
Okay, that I get it if you don't like the flavors, but I loved the decorations. I loved the whole all the work they put into making these cakes. It was so nice.
But it's all flash and no substance.
Well, I like the flavors, so, I get it. You don't like the flavors, but if you like the flavors, the cakes are pretty good.
Yeah, I wish you could, customize it, Like, choose your flavor or something.
That's right.
But they don't have
But it was very cool to see how Korean people have this tradition, I'm going to say, about having Christmas cake. Because I remember there would be lineups and lineups of people always getting Christmas cake.
Yeah, all the stores, Baskin Robbins and, the bakeries and stuff, they would have, huge piles of boxes ready for cakes, and then they would even give you dry ice to keep your cake frozen all the way home or whatever.
I love that about Korea.
Yeah.
So for the past few years we've been having this tradition of having Christmas cake, and so this year I was like, oh no, Jason, we're not going to have Christmas cake now. And then to our surprise, when we went to the party, we saw this big Christmas cake that one of the girls brought, and so it was also very decorative, right?
Yes.
It was nice. It wasn't an ice cream cake, so I'm sure you were happy about that.
No, because again, it wasn't that flavorful. All flash and no substance.
This is true.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't terrible. And I like the icing was a nice buttercream.
Yeah.
But the actual cake inside itself was bland, but it wasn't terrible. So I've had worse cakes by far. Anyway, so yes, last question.
Yay.
Question of the week number 2.
Okay.
Christmas trees, real or fake?
Real. Hands down, real.
Why?
Because remember that time when we were in Ottawa and we trekked out to cut down our Christmas tree, the pine tree?
Of course.
That was a really fond memory I had of Christmas. It was so much fun, like going out there, and it was like, I know it was all cold and stuff, but it was just fun picking a tree, cutting it down, bringing it home, and then setting it up, and then especially the smell of the tree. Oh, it smells so fresh. It's so much fun. I mean, yeah, it's only for one season, but I feel like a real Christmas tree is worth it just for the smell.
Oh my gosh. But what about all the pine needles you have to clean up? And then, like, you know, you have to keep it watered all the time. And then, yeah, man, there's all these needles everywhere, and it just, like, leaves this huge mess, and it's hard to clean up. And then you gotta, like, drag it out to the curb, and it gets all dry and nasty.
This is true, and I remember you make me recall the memory again. And after we had that Christmas tree in Ottawa, I remember those pine needles were like everywhere in our basement and on the stair for like months, and we were still like trying to clean them up.
Yeah, like the vacuum, you know, doesn't pick up every single one, so you'd like see one in the corner or whatever.
Yeah, but just to go back to all those things that you were saying, what about this, what about that? It's nothing. It's like you do it once a year. It's just worth it, the whole experience. Like when I think about it, that is like one of my great memories of Christmas. So is it worth it to get a pine tree and have these nice memories? Absolutely.
Okay, but you're saying like we went out and you had to cut it down, or like even if you buy it, like you have to go out there, you have to get it, put it on top of your car, make all this effort. If you just have it in your closet, you just build it, boop, 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 like a Lego set, and then you put on your decorations. Bam! This
is true, but you know me well. I'm an adventurous person, and I like to have a lot of adventure. And to me, I don't see it as like a drag to go and get the Christmas tree. For me, it's like exciting and fun. Okay, let's go on this adventure. Let's get on this truck. Let's go to this place. Let's try to find our tree. Let's make it special. I mean, I understand the whole idea of having Christmas decorations already ahead of time, like saving them year after year, and then, you know, using that part, the decorations, to decorate the tree.
Okay, but then, like, when you buy the real Christmas tree, you know, you gotta put it in the stupid tree stand. All those things are terrible, and you have to, like, make sure it's all straight, and it's such a pain in the ass all the time.
See, I don't see it as a pain in the ass. I just see it as fun.
With the real tree, though, you just take it and you set it out, and it's, like, perfect every time. And you can get, like, all these awesome colors, like, there was one in the lobby of some restaurant that we were at that was like all white, right? And it looked really cool and shiny and awesome. And then, you know, like you could like add more style. You can get like all different kinds of colors or cool things, and it looks perfect every single time. You don't have to worry, right?
Yeah, but for me, it's not about having that perfect Christmas tree. It's about the nice smell and having that adventure and just getting the Christmas tree. So I'm not buying your argument at all. Like, I'm not convinced. Like, if you asked me, hey, Raj, do you want to go get a Christmas tree from the store, or do you want to go get a Christmas tree from the forest or wherever the Christmas trees are at that point? I would be like, the tree farm. Yes. I'd be like, let's go to the tree farm. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It will be fun.
Okay. Well, I agree with you.
I know you do.
Yes, of course you know.
You know, we are very, we like to do things very differently. Like, I was going to ask you, how many people do you think make an effort to go get that real tree? As opposed to
lots.
Just...
In Canada?
Yeah,
sure. I mean, they have whole tree farms that just for that purpose,
that's
right?
True.
And, you know, like, whenever you go out, you go in front of, like, the grocery store or whatever, there's all people selling kind of trees. True. Going out to, like, chop it down yourself, not everybody puts in that effort. Like, especially, like, if you live in downtown Toronto, are you going to drive all the way out to, like, the outskirts of the city to go get a tree?
It depends what you're doing on the day, right? If you have some time,
and then you got to take it, like, all the way back, like, that's a bit much. But if you kind of live, like, in the suburbs already, it's a lot easier to, like, find those places and get out. And that's just in Toronto. I don't know what it's like kind of really anywhere else, because we haven't done it really anywhere else. I mean, in Korea, we had like a fake little Christmas tree that we bought for like
mini tree.
Yeah, for like $5 or something. Yeah. It's like 2 feet high.
And then we had the same decorations like every year.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
Like,
the decorations were awesome, but yeah, I mean,
we sent them back to Canada.
We never had a full, yeah, we liked them that much. But we've never had like a full artificial tree, but like even just having that one, like, nah. Man, real trees are where it's at.
Well, I'm glad you agree with me, and I'm so glad that I didn't really have to, you know, stress my case too much, because I already knew for some reason that there's no way that he will say that he likes a fake tree better than a real tree.
I do like the different colored ones though. I think they're pretty neat. Like I like the fancy, like, super white and shiny with like blue balls on it. Did I just say blue balls?
You did say blue balls.
Let's pick a different color. Pink balls. Okay.
No, you like the blue balls.
Shh. All right. So yes, putting those, like just that nice contrast in color. It's like really stylish and cool. But
So do you like the big blue balls or do you like the small blue balls?
I like any kind of balls.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I see. Noted.
Christmas balls.
Christmas balls.
Yes.
Okay.
So festive.
Yes, very
All right.
festive.
Now, before we get ourselves into too much trouble here, let's end this podcast. Okay,
Yes.
so as usual, we're on YouTube and
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud,
We haven't
iTunes.
really been doing too much on Instagram and stuff lately, or like publishing our videos lately. We've been really busy.
Super busy.
But yeah, I mean, that's our New Year's resolution. We can talk about that maybe next time on the podcast.
Next time, yeah. So
Yeah.
this was just a little podcast about our Christmas experience here abroad.
Yeah, and
and
we just wanted
had a great
to,
time.
Yeah, anybody who's listening, of course we wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all that. So
Yes.
yeah, it's been
We'll
fun.
see you guys in the new year.
You're right on.
Okay? Take care. Goodbye.
Bye.